Hi guys, I'm here to do another book video. I'm going to do my June wrap-ups. I read 21 books this month, which I don't even know how I did it. I guess I've just had a lot of free time and got in a big reading kick and got 21 books read. So I'm going to go in order. I got them all in order, so just how I read them. First book I read was Twisted, a Pretty Little Liars book. I believe it was the 9th book in the series, and it's by Sarah Shepard. I gave this one 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I enjoy all of the Pretty Little Liars books. I like it a lot better than the TV series. And I thought it was really good, and there was quite a few things in here that shocked me that I didn't think would definitely pop up or anything. So I enjoyed that one. Then I read When You Were Here by Daisy Whitney. And I saw this on Goodreads and had to go pick it up. It was a pretty good book. It was about a boy, so it was through a boy's perspective. His mom dies right before his high school graduation, and basically he has to bring closure within himself what happened, and he has to go to Tokyo to tie up some loose ends with his mom, figure some things out, and deal with an ex-girlfriend. And some crazy things happened, and it was pretty good. I believe I gave this 4 stars as well on Goodreads. Then I read Jodi Picoult's The Storyteller. I was reading this before the other ones, but it just took me a while to finish. And this was a very dense book, kind of difficult to read. I mean, not bad, just difficult. It was about a girl named Sage who is kind of keeping to herself. Her parents are dead, and she doesn't really have anyone she can confide in. Her grandmother is a Holocaust survivor, and she meets a guy who claims to be a Nazi, or was a Nazi, and she just runs into all this, trouble with those things being related, and it does a lot of retelling of the Holocaust through both the Nazis' point of view and through a survivor's point of view, and I thought that was very interesting. Unfortunately, I did not like the main character, Sage, so that kind of ruined it for me, but I enjoyed the kind of historical aspect of the book. I believe I gave it 4 stars, but I think it's more like 3.5 stars, in my opinion. Then I read a really easy read called Love on Lifts by Rachel Hawthorne. I've had it in my bookshelf for a long time, decided to try and just go through some of my young teenagery ones, and it was pretty good. I gave it 3 stars, I believe. I finished it in one night, just one of those little paperbacks. It was about a girl who goes with her friends up to her aunt's cabin. I forget where it was, in the snow, and turns out that her brother and his friends were also invited to the cabin, so they have to share it. And she thinks she likes one of her brother's friends, and she goes for him, but he's a total player. So, she has to really forget about him, but at the same time, one of his other friends really has a thing for her, and they have this cute little, bantering love story together, and it's really cute. It's just an easy read. Although I thought the main character was a little annoying at times, it was an overall cute read. And then I read Unwritten by Charles Martin. I gave this 3 stars. This is my first novel by him. Never read one of his before. I did not know before this, but I think it might be Christian fiction because there is a lot of references to God and praying and what someone should do in forgiveness. A lot of that in here. So I have a feeling it is, but I mean, it didn't turn me away from it. It was about this guy who, it's about a guy and a girl, and they're connected by a person in the church who you confess to, and they're connected, and he brings them together because they're similar. They're both trying to forget their identities and kind of go away from society and reinvent themselves, and basically the man and the woman who are on the cover, they fall in love, basically. We have a really good friendship. So the book was pretty good, but I wouldn't say it was my favorite kind of book, so I gave it 3 stars. Then I read Can You Keep a Secret by Sophie Kinsella. And this is also another first for me, first novel for me by Sophie Kinsella. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I gave it 5 stars. I thought it was so funny. I really enjoyed the British humor and the British slang in there. And I just thought the storyline was really funny. It's about a girl who's an assistant, forget in what kind of field, an assistant and maybe marketing or something. And she has a really bad meeting, her first ever out-of-town meeting by herself for her business, and it goes bad. And she gets on a plane to go home, and she's afraid of planes. And the man she's sitting next to doesn't really say much, but she spills all her deepest, darkest secrets to this man while they're having turbulence because she thinks they're gonna like die. But of course she's just having like major anxiety. And then they land the plane and, you know, they're fine. And she's like, okay, phew, I'm never going to see him again. And then he pops up in her life, like, over and over and keeps finding, like, funny ways to bring up her secrets. So only she knows that, like, he remembers them. And so it was just really funny. And it was pretty cute, too. And then I read Love from London by Emily Franklin. And this is a Principles of Love novel. It's a series. They don't print them anymore, so you have to buy them used. This is the 3rd book in the novel, in the series, and I have all 7, I believe. And this was pretty good. Basically, the series is about a girl who's in boarding school. Her name is Love, so all of the names of the books are kind of a take off her name. Like Love from London, it's kind of like punny because it's her name, but also she like finds love interests. So in this novel, Love, she goes to London to stay with her friend who apparently is super rich, and she meets this mysterious guy and kisses him and kind of has a thing for him, and then she realizes it is her friend's brother, her mysterious brother, and so it causes problems for them. And she's also dealing with her aunt having, I think it's breast cancer. So it was pretty interesting. I think I gave it 4 stars. Then I read Trains and Lovers by Alexander McCall Smith. And this is a large print version. It was kind of interesting. And this was a pretty good book. I really liked the cover. I thought it was really cute. I gave this 3 stars, I believe. And this was about 4 people who were on a train together, I think in London or somewhere in England or that area in the UK. And there's 4 people, I think 2 of them were older and 2 of them were younger, 3 men, 1 woman. And basically they share stories of their parents, of themselves, and of people they know. Basically love stories and life stories. And that was really interesting. I had a hard time though because I felt like a lot of things were left unanswered, unfinished. And so it's a little difficult for me to really feel closure on this book because it just kind of ended. Because the train ride ended. So I don't know if that's what the author wanted, but I don't know. Then I read my first James Patterson novel, and it was Honeymoon. Sorry for any glare, it has a protector on it. I really enjoyed this book. I read it in 1 day, and it's like 400 pages, I think, just about. And it was awesome. It is about a woman who murders men that she marries and gets involved with for their money, and she does it without anyone knowing that she did it because she makes it look like a heart attack. It's like poison or something that makes their heart stop and have a heart attack basically. So no one ever assumes it's her, and then she uses her computer skills to transfer all of their money into her bank account. So it was really interesting. And then she gets involved with this FBI agent who pretends to be part of an insurance company for her like late husband's like insurance policy. And basically they try and catch her in the act, and she's really clever. So that was really good. I believe I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads. I really enjoyed this. And I have Second Honeymoon, so I'm definitely going to read that one. Now on to my second pile of books. In the middle of the month, I read The Art of Racing in the Rain by Garth Stein. I did a review of this on Goodreads. I believe I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed this book. I mean, I had to enjoy something with a dog on the cover. It's adorable. The only funny thing about that is the type of dog in the book is not this type of dog. So it was about a dog, obviously. It's through his point of view and about his family and kind of what happens in their life. And it was very, very good. The dog was really endearing, and in the second half of the book it really picked up, and a lot of crazy things happened. Like in the beginning of the book, it was kind of sad because the husband deals with the passing of his wife, has to deal with raising a child on his own, and it's just kind of sad. And then, it had a really good ending, which I was glad about. And also, which I found really cool, was the dog and his owner, Dennis, I believe, are really, really into race cars and race car driving. And my dad and my brother are really into race cars and F1 racing and stuff, so that hit home for me, so I enjoyed that one. And then I read The Help by Catherine Stockett. I've seen the movie and decided I wanted to read the book because I've heard it's really good. It is a fatty. I think it's like 522 pages or something. That is a lot. Yeah, 522. Big book. I read it pretty quickly. I really enjoyed it. It's told through 3 points of view. 2 of the, live-in help for the white women, and then 1 of the white ladies. If you don't know much about the premise of the book, it's about kind of a 1960s Mississippi, I believe, or something like that, the South, Louisiana, one of those states, kind of about the colored African-American help in white ladies' homes and what they go through. And this one white girl decides that she wants to write a book about how it really is like to have to be the help in someone's house. And it's a really, really good story. I thought it was really interesting because through the eyes of the help women, when it's their point of view, you get more of that slang. And it's a little difficult to read, but I really enjoyed it, and I actually liked it better than the movie, and I liked the movie a lot, so that says quite a bit, and I believe I gave it 5 stars. Then I read the first book in a series. It has 4 in it. I have them all, and it's 3 Girls and a Baby by Rachel Sherrick. And this is about 3 friends, the 3 girls, and one of them gets pregnant. I also have a review up of this on my Goodreads. And so one of the girls just had a breakup with her boyfriend, and a fluke accident happened, and they slept together after they broke up, and she gets pregnant, and basically he's not in the picture, and her 2 best friends that she lives with basically deal with her being pregnant, getting like a job and what it's like in that respect. And I thought it was super cute and really funny. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 5 stars. I thought it was really, really cute, and I can't wait to read the rest. There's 3 girls in a wedding, 3 girls and a leading man, and then there's one that just kind of wraps them all up, and it's not 3 girls or anything. I forget the title. Then I read A Second Chance Summer by Morgan Matson. I've heard a lot of amazing things about this, so I definitely wanted to read it. I gave it 5 stars. I thought it was really good. It was about a girl whose dad is diagnosed with cancer, and her family decide to go up to their lake house in the Poconos for the summer as a last chance together, because he only has like 4 months to live. And it is really scary for the main character, Taylor, because she hasn't been there in 5 years, and ever since she last was there, the last time she was there, some things happened with her friends. Basically, she runs into her best friend and her ex-love interest, and a lot of things happen. It was really good, and I enjoyed all of the characters. I was surprised how much I liked all of the characters. I didn't really dislike any of them. And so I was really pleased with this book. I gave it 5 stars, and even though the ending was really sad as to be expected, I thought it was amazing up until, even with that, I just thought it was really good. Sorry this is so long, I'm kind of almost done. The next one is my first Danielle Steele book. It is Family Ties. I borrowed this from my mom, and I basically wanted to read it because the cover was so cute, and I love robin's eggs, so I couldn't resist. This is about a woman whose sister and her sister's husband both die and leave her with 3 kids, and basically it fast forwards like 15 years and all the kids are grown up. It is 2 daughters and 1 son, and it is about all of them. It's told in third person and it jumps around a lot between each character. I gave it 3 stars. And it's about the woman who sacrificed her young adulthood to raise the kids, how she finds love. It's about all of them dealing with love in their own way. One of them travels to the Middle East with her boyfriend, learns about love there. One of them has an affair with his professor's assistant, which is a female, and she pretends that she's pregnant just to keep him around, and he deals with what love is not. And then one of them learns to finally find a man who is more than just good looks, and she works for a fashion magazine or something. So the storyline was really interesting. I had a really hard time connecting with the characters. I didn't really like Danielle Steele's writing style all too much, and I thought there was a lot of explicit content in there, which I didn't mind. It just wouldn't be what I wouldn't want that much detail, I feel like. But it wasn't bad. I would consider picking up another one of her books because I've heard some of her older books are better. Then I read another movie book. I saw the movie, so I figured I'd finally pick up the book. It is The Notebook by Nicholas Sparks. I normally would not have gotten the movie cover, but I got from a used bookstore, and that's all they had, and it was cheap, so I got this. I believe I gave it 5 stars. Let me check. Sorry about this. Yeah, I gave it 5 stars. I really, really enjoyed it. I love the movie. It's one of my favorite movies ever, and I really enjoyed the book. I felt like it was less over-dramatic than the movie. It was only about 200 pages, and I just thought it was so romantic and so sweet. They focused a lot less on the teenage time and more on the adult time, and I just thought it was amazing, and I just could not get over how much I like this book. If you guys don't know the story, it's about 2 people who fall in love when they're young, and they get torn apart and basically come back together years later and have this amazing love story, and they die together. It's just amazing. Great book. Then I read another Pretty Little Liars book, Ruthless, which is book number 10, I think. I gave this 4 stars, really enjoyed it just as much as the last one, and I'm really getting back into their books. I still have 1 more of theirs to read, and then I need to purchase the other ones, but I kind of want to wait until they come out in paperback. So yeah, really, really enjoyed this one. Don't really want to go into too much detail, but basically the same kind of stuff. Someone stalking them, scary things happening. Gave it 4 stars. Then I read The Impact of You by Kendall Ryan, and I thought this was a really cute cover, except, I don't know, but whatever. I gave this 4 stars, I believe. It's told through 2 people's points of view, Jace and Avery, and I love the name Avery. They are 2 college students, and they both have kind of shady pasts, and they run into each other, kind of fall in love, and have to overcome each other's past problems and accept them for who they are, and it was really interesting, and I thought that the boy's point of view was very believable for a female writer. Then I read the 3rd book in the Secrets of My Hollywood Life series, and it's Family Affairs. And this is about a girl named Caitlin who is an actress, and she has a boyfriend, I forgot his name, and he's just a normal person, not like an actor or anything. And she's on a soap opera, and her co-star Sky, who have been TV show sisters since they're little kids, they have to deal with this new girl coming onto the show and kind of messing it up for everyone. This is so much less of a love story than kind of the other ones from this series, which I really enjoyed. That it wasn't a big foo-foo love story. It was kind of more about the drama of that girl coming onto the show and them dealing with it, and it was pretty funny. I gave it 4 stars, and I ordered on sale for really cheap on Amazon the 4th book in paperback, and it has a cheetah print cover. Got it for $3, so I'm going to read that when it comes in. And then I know they have a 5th and 6th book in the series. And then I read, I only have 3 books left, Fly Away by Kristen Hanna, and it is the sequel to Firefly Lane, which I loved. I just read it last month, and it's like older, and then this one is brand new, so I just read it perfect in time. And I really enjoyed this. It basically is told through the point of views of Tully, Katie's husband Johnny, Katie's daughter Mara, and Tully's mother Dorothy. And this is basically what happens after Katie dies of cancer and how everyone deals with it. And I was so surprised. My favorite character was Dorothy. I thought she was like a no-good, terrible mom in the first book and kind of just pointless. And then she really redeems herself in this book and shows why she is who she was. And, you know, I really enjoyed it. I gave this 4 stars, and I thought it was really, really good. And this is a gorgeous cover. Then I read The Week Before the Wedding. I thought this was a cute cover too, by Beth Kendrick. And this is about a woman who's getting married. It's her second marriage. She had a little marriage when she was 22 to this guy, and they broke up for various reasons. She goes to get married to her perfect man, who is a surgeon, but, you know, they just don't have much passion. It's just basically the perfect relationship, and she has to deal with all of his family's, like, traditions and this and that, and she has a loud mom, and it's just totally different. And basically her ex-husband shows up there, and he's totally changed and totally, like, has himself together, and she's having to deal with choosing, do I marry this perfect guy who I don't have any passion with, or do I marry the guy I have loads of passion with? I gave this 4 stars. I thought it was really cute and pretty funny too. And then last but not least is something I finished today. It's called Just Like That by Marsha Qualley. I got this recently without seeing any reviews. I just got it from my local used bookstore. And it is a teen book. It's pretty short. It's only about 230 pages. I gave this 3 stars. I thought the beginning was really slow. It is about a girl who witnesses, well, she sees 2 people before they die on a frozen lake. She doesn't warn them that the ice is thin, and so they fall through, and the next morning she hears that they died, and she's so shaken up. And she encounters this guy, and he's the one who actually found the people dead, which is pretty scary. And I thought after they get over the part about the people dying, there's a lot of interesting stories within this story, and I thought it was really good, but I thought there was just too much going on for 230 pages. I feel like if they wanted to expand more upon it, they should have made the book longer, so that's why I gave it 3 stars. And that is it for what I've read this month. I'm putting it up a day early just because I'm busy tomorrow, and I know I won't start and finish a book tonight. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.